Hey guys, welcome to the Rosy Tarot. Today we are going to do one of my more super detailed love spreads, which is called What's the Tea? So instead of doing all 12 zodiac signs, I decided to do a pick a deck. So I haven't pre-pulled any cards. We're going to do all of that live. But instead of doing 12, we're going to do 3 main readings here, okay? And I decided to do it this way simply so that I could really dig in and spend a lot of time and give you guys some really good quality readings. So as far as what this reading covers, we are in the very beginning of the reading. We're going to tap into sort of the recent past and the current energy of the connection. That way, you're going to know pretty quickly if it's going to resonate or not. So regardless if you are in contact with this person, you might be dating this person for some of you. For some of you, you are in separation. Again, right out the gate, you're going to know if it's going to be for you or not, because we're going to identify kind of that relationship status, if you will, really early on. But as we dig into the reading, we're basically going to be taking a look at what the fucking tea is, spilling all the juicy tea, all the details. So figuring out, how does this person really feel about you? What is their attitude towards this connection? What do they really want with you moving forward? So sort of like their intentions, messages. We're going to pull some message cards and figure out, what their next move might be. If you're not in contact, will they reach out? All of that good shit. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and dive right into this reading. I will go ahead and show you guys the charms a little closer if you want to see those. And I'll try to take a picture and kind of blow it up somewhere on the screen here, probably over here, so you can see them close up. But for deck number 1, it's the Real Talk Tarot, which looks like this. It's super cute. And the charm is this little compass, which I love. If you can see that. And then we've got the Ethereal Visions Tarot is the second group. And the deck looks like this. And then your charm for this deck is this key. It's a really pretty key. And then for deck number 3, we've just got this little clear quartz point. This is actually off of a necklace I wear a lot. I wear it a lot on here, so you maybe have seen me wear it before. But it's just a little charm. And it's the Muse Tarot. That's the deck. So whichever one resonates with you guys, go ahead and find the timestamp in the pinned comment below and we will get started. Hi, group number 1. If you chose the Real Talk Tarot and the little compass charm, it's so tiny, it's hard to show you guys. Welcome. This is your reading. So if you sort of skipped over the intro, if you did, that's, no hard feelings. I know it was super long. I will quickly review what we are going to do first in each pile. And basically, we're just going to be tapping into the recent past and the current energy. That way, you're going to know pretty quickly if this is going to be your reading, if it's going to be your message. So I do this simply because some of you may be in an actual current relationship with this person. Some of you may be separated and not even speaking to this person. So we're going to find out right quick what the vibe is between you and this person. Okay, so recent past. So tell me about the recent past. Recent past. Too many cards. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull the current energy before I speculate on this group number 1. Current energy. What is the current energy? Current energy between group 1 and their person. Whoop. Sorry guys if that was loud where I hit the mic. I apologize. So what is the current energy? This Justice card popped out in the very beginning. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's crazy. So this card really, really wanted to come out. So tell me more about the current energy. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I've got a pretty clear idea of what this situation looks like, at least for those of you that this message is meant to find, okay? So what I'm picking up is in the recent past, not right now, but, perhaps in the beginning of this connection or at least somewhat fairly recently, you and this person had a good thing going, and it was balanced, it was equal, there was, it was reciprocal. There was an equal amount of effort being given by both people involved, okay? Then I see ego took over, okay? Ego got in the way. We've got, the Six of Pentacles, we've got the Emperor, we've got the Six of Wands. Somebody started to care way too much about what everybody else thought, or started letting, other third parties and their opinions sort of get in the way of this connection in some type of way. Take it as it resonates. But I'm picking up some sort of power struggle, basically. And it really fucked with the lovely balance, the lovely partnership that once was. So where it was such an equal exchange of energy in the beginning, it really morphed into a struggle of power. Somebody giving more than the other or demanding more. Somebody, distracted, way more concerned with people outside of the connection and kind of what they thought instead of remaining focused on the other person. And that resulted in somebody walking away with the Eight of Cups. So fast forward to now, the current energy of the connection. We've got Justice, the Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Devil. So I definitely feel there's some sort of like karmic cycle that is at play here. There's some sort of lesson that is playing out. And I almost want to say like karmic justice in a way. So perhaps, you're going to know which person is you in this dynamic. But I almost sense that whoever was being a shithead, regardless if that was you, group 1, or if it was the person you are watching this for, somebody is sort of getting theirs right now. I definitely feel that this person is really trying to like move forward with their life. This person is trying to really focus on themselves, but they are still feeling very connected to the other person, with this devil energy here. Like, and it's kind of ironic because, and again, I don't know which person is which in this scenario, but let's say you're the person who got walked away from, right? So let's say the person you're watching this for is the shithead. They're kind of getting theirs right now, because while they weren't making you the priority that they should have been making you previously, and perhaps focusing too much again on outer appearances, what other people thought, other people's opinions. Now, as they're trying to, move forward with their life and move away from you and focus on themselves, they're finding themselves feeling chained to you, attached to you, drawn back to you. And, seven of wands on the bottom of the deck, 3 of swords right underneath of that. Yeah, this person they're hurting. I definitely feel this person is feeling some regret for the way that they've handled this situation, group number 1. So I definitely get the sense, though, that you and this person are, if this is going to be for you, this reading, I feel that you and this person are separated. Like you're not currently in an active partnership or relationship. So that's sort of the background on this. And if you're still with me, this must be your message. So let's keep going. So next we're going to take a look at what their current attitude is, okay? So what is their attitude towards this connection? So what is this person's attitude towards this connection with group number 1? What is their current attitude? What is their current attitude towards the connection? Oh my gosh, we've got justice again. Wow, tell me more. Yep. Woo. Oh my gosh. This completely confirms everything that we just went over, and I love it. Bottom of the deck, we've got the 10 of Wands. So what I'm seeing here, group number 1, your person, once again, they're feeling it. They're feeling the impact of what they've done. They're feeling like there's something very karmic about this. Like they're realizing maybe sort of the bad karma, if you will, that they created. And they're feeling regretful. Okay. I definitely sense that this person has not been completely forthcoming with you. This person is definitely keeping to themselves, okay, with this high priestess energy. But they are feeling you. They feel your energy. As I mentioned earlier, like what I was picking up with that devil energy, I get the sense that they feel sort of tethered to you in a way, even, just energetically. And they can't shake you, so to speak, for lack of a better phrase. So furthermore, they're sorry. We've got the Page of Cups here. I definitely feel this person's current attitude is one that is sorry. Okay? They know they fucked up. They did not make a good decision. And at this point, they are coming to this realization with this Page of Pentacles. I feel like they're starting to really question if they even deserve you. I definitely sense some sort of like self-worth issues present here. And perhaps that is sort of what triggered all of this to begin with, group number 1. Okay. So that first set of cards with that Emperor energy and that 6 of Wands energy, it was a super sort of like obnoxiously masculine energy. That is like what I got off of that combo. And I feel like that sort of vibe, for me anyway, is typically a mask. Like it is, it's sort of a defense mechanism or a some sort of self-protection that's used to sort of sort of divert attention away from the fact that a person is actually incredibly insecure and doesn't feel worthy and has worthiness issues. So I think there's a really good chance the person that you are watching this reading for has got those sorts of things going on, under those underlying sort of wounds or issues that they need to work through. Okay, so how do they really feel about you? That's what we're going to take a look at next. So how does this person really feel? How do they really feel about group number one? How do they really feel? Give me one more overall, please. All right, bottom of the deck, we've got the Star. So guys, this is sort of a tough message, but I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I feel like this person at this current time anyway, how they feel is sort of just over it. They're just sort of sick of feeling shitty. They're sick of ruminating over what's happened here. They're tired of feeling pain. Okay, 10 of Swords. I definitely think this person has felt, like I've mentioned multiple times before, they have, ever since whatever went down between you went down, they have sort of been reliving that and regretting it, and it's made them sort of self-loathe a tremendous amount, and sort of hate themselves even more than they perhaps already did. Because that is definitely sort of the vibe I get here. So that being said, I feel like where they're at in the heart space at this time, they're just sort of ready to move forward and heal. Like they're tired of thinking about this, fucking with it, and they're sort of ready to just, withdraw. With the Hermit here, they're sort of ready to just withdraw their energy and move towards calmer waters. Okay, to sort of heal. And furthermore, perhaps they are of the mind at this point that if it's meant to be, it will be. With this Wheel of Fortune. For some of them, they may feel like only time will tell. Or perhaps for some of them, they're just kind of waiting for some time to pass, for things to sort of calm down, or for the situation to sort of diffuse a little bit. Right underneath on the bottom of the deck here, look, we've got the 8 of Swords. Look at this, 5 of Cups. Yeah. I get the sense that this person was such a, just an arrogant dick whenever they left, whatever happened between the two of you. And they may have given you no indication that they gave any fucks, but it could not be further from the truth. I feel like it's completely the opposite. And it's kind of pitiful, honestly. And I'm not excusing any of the bullshit behavior, but for what it's worth, I definitely feel like this person has been regretting their actions, and they've been regretting fucking this up literally since they fucked it up. So let's keep pressing forward. So ultimately, what does this person want moving forward with you? So what are their intentions? Ultimately, end game. Let's find out. So what are this person's intentions with group one? What do they really want? Bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Pentacles here. I feel like this is the point in this particular pile, group number 1, where we may have some different paths. I feel like that for some of you, this message is going to be different. So go with whatever your gut is telling you in regards to this particular question. So what they really want with you moving forward, their truest intentions. For some of you, actually, let's back that up. For all of you, this person's intentions are to sort of end the current cycle that you've been in, that you've been stuck in, which has obviously been very tortured. Specifically on their end, even if you haven't been communicating with this person, they have remained so connected to your energy and sort of reliving whatever happened between the two of you that ended things. They're ready, they're ready for that cycle to end. For some of you, they want the cycle to end so that something new can be born from it. Okay. For some of you, this person does want to kind of put in the work. They want to invest. They want to invest in you. They want to heal the connection. They want, to see what possibilities might be there, or see if they even have, would have an option to give it a shot. But there's another group of you here, group number 1, where this person is just, once again, they're over it, for lack of a better phrase. They just, 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands. And again, this goes back to sort of the very beginning of the reading. For some of you, you're dealing with someone here who has got the fucking peanut gallery providing commentary on their fucking life, and they can't make any decisions for themselves. And they're still being heavily influenced by whoever is in their ear, okay? And that is heavily impacting their current opinion. But you're going to know if that's you, okay? And for those of you in that camp, yeah, I hate to say it. I know, again, it's not like super fun to hear, but for those of you that resonate with that particular detail, I really, really get the sense that they're ready to put this behind them, because it's just been a whole lot of pain, even though it was self-inflicted. And they know that. They are not delusional, by no means do they blame you for any of it. That's all of you, okay? No matter which way you kind of veer off here in the group. But again, back to the first group of you, I do feel like there is a good number of you out there who have resonated with this reading so far that are dealing with someone here who is very much interested in further investing in this connection and really putting in the work to kind of prove that that is the case. Trying to really make an effort to heal this connection, and kind of, with the sun here, kind of bring light, bring light and life back to the connection. First card being death here, sort of bringing it back to life. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me know in the comments how this is resonating with you. I'm so interested to hear. But what we're going to take a look at next are some messages. So if this person could tell you anything at this current time, what would it be? So we're going to pull from a couple different decks here. All right. So if this person could tell group number one anything right now, what would it be? Wow. Wow. So the first message here says, would you give me the chance to make things right between us? Bingo. And as I just said, I definitely was picking that up. So I do think some of you are dealing with, and let's be clear, that does not mean that you have to give them a chance to make things right between you. Like, you may be completely disinterested in that after all the nonsense that they have pulled thus far. No judgment there. But for those of you that are interested, perhaps in some sort of reconciliation, I do feel like it will be highly likely that the opportunity will present itself for that to happen. Okay. So let's get another message. So if this person could tell group one anything at this current time, what would it be? Yep. And here it is. This is crazy. I love this. This reading really is splitting off, like I said, and there's going to be the two groups of you. And this message is for that second group. The first card says, I'm not good enough for you, which traces all the way back to the very beginning of the reading. And then here it is. I will always care for you, but I just need something else. Exactly. So I do feel for some of you that you are dealing with somebody who is just sort of, they're tired, they're hurt. This has been a lot, although self-inflicted and completely based on their own shit actions. You know, they've dug their own grave, so to speak, but at any rate, they're done. You know, they're ready to move forward. They're ready to move on. They feel like there's just been too much water under the bridge, and they don't feel like this connection could ever truly be resurrected. Okay. So all of this being said, group number one, what we are going to look at next here is, will they reach out? So the likelihood that you will hear from this person and what that might look like. Okay. So will this person reach out? Will this person reach out to group number one? Page of Pentacles. Wow, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords. So interesting. And again, I know I'm driving you guys probably a little crazy with the two different groups here, the two subgroups within the group, but I definitely get that same vibe for that first group, I guess, group one, section A, or subgroup A. I feel like this person will reach out. However, it's not likely that they will do so until they have done a little bit more work on themselves. So they need to feel a little bit more solid and secure and whole and complete on their own. They need to really address some of those self-worth issues that I mentioned at the very beginning of this reading, okay? So it is likely you will hear from them and they will reach out after some of that has been resolved, okay? But in that section, second group, subgroup B, I don't feel like you're going to hear from this person. I feel like they're ready, once again, they've sort of made up their mind. They've thrown in the towel, okay? They've decided they're just going to put down the 10 wands. And once again, this card's coming out again, the 6 of wands. They're just ready to move away from this. They're ready to move towards calmer waters and sort of focus on their own healing. And look, here it is again. Oh my gosh, and here's that fucking Justice card. And look, the Ten of Swords, it's all there. It's all there. Wow. Wow. These are all cards that came out in this reading so far. And I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Like I always say, keep it 100 with you. Regardless which of the sort of, groups, subgroups that you selected, I definitely sense that you are dealing with somebody here who does need to do some work on themselves. This clearly has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. They're the ones that have acted out and acted in some sort of unsavory way. I will give them credit. I feel like they have done a good bit of reflection on themselves and on their actions, and they recognize their wrongdoings and feel a lot of regret around that. But even for those of you who are kind of dealing with that first set here, and you've got somebody that does want to come back towards you, I do still feel like there's a significant amount of work that they need to do on themselves before this connection would even have the chance of being healthy. If they don't address this stuff, it's just going to get toxic again quickly. It's gonna come out very quickly. So keep that in mind. For those of you that see this person return a little quicker than you imagine would be feasible or possible, based on what you know about them and the work that they need to do. So that is the message that I've got for you guys. So I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Please do like, share, comment, and if you are interested in a personalized version of this reading, then all the deets are in the box below. I do have some availability for this upcoming month. And until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Peace. All right, so if you chose deck number 2, the Ethereal Visions deck, and the key as your charm, then welcome to your What's the Tea reading. So if you skipped my super long intro, no judgment, it's okay. I will quickly review the first couple of questions we're going to be going over here in this spread today are really going to give you an idea, group number 2, if this is going to be your message or not. Okay, so we're going to tap into sort of the recent past and the current energy of this connection. So for some of you, you may still be with this person. Some of you may be separated. This is where we're going to be able to find out sort of those details. That way you don't waste your time and watch any further if it's not for you. And if it doesn't resonate, this first part, group number 2, then feel free to just pick another pile, okay? And then furthermore, for those of you that missed this message during the intro, after you have watched your entire group, don't forget to go and find your sun, moon, or rising sign in the pinned comment below for an additional personalized message, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. So tell me a little bit about the recent past. So recent past energy between group 2 and their person. Okay, one more overall. Okay, before I speculate on this, be patient with me for a second. Group number 2, I want to pull the current energy, okay? So tell me a bit about the current energy between group 2 and their person. Current energy. Oh my goodness. Well, this took a turn. Tell me more. That's very strange. Okay. Overall energy. Current energy. All right. Oh, goodness. Let me soak all of this in. For some of you, I know this is specific. I feel like some of you might actually like be married to this person, or might like live with this person or share some sort of assets, may have kids with this person, something along those lines. Or this may be somebody that you've known for a really long time, to the point where they feel like family to you. There's a lot of family energy indicated here in the current energy. So take that however it resonates, okay? I definitely get the sense that right out the gate with this person, when you first met them, or like, in the past, I feel like there was just this knowing, like this inner knowing that you and this person were meant to have some sort of experience together. Like you both knew it. It's like you manifested one another. And you guys perhaps jumped into a relationship very quickly. That is what I see. And a lot of it was just like going with your gut. I definitely feel, and I actually mentioned this for pile number 1 as well, but I feel like that there were some underlying like worth issues, in the beginning. Like perhaps this person made you feel really good about yourself. You made them feel really good about themselves. There was some sort of like ego stroking that occurred, like, which isn't always a bad thing. But yeah, I do. I feel like you made each other feel very special, and it almost seems too good to be true. Like that's how it looks like the beginning of this connection played out. We've got the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, the Magician, the Fool, and then the Page of Pentacles. Okay. But now, fast forward to now. And it is definitely not so much of a fairy tale romance at this current time, group number 2. And you're going to know, obviously, if that's you or not. And if it's not, like I said, just choose a different pile. This just might not be your message. But what I am seeing here is that currently you guys are just fucking stuck. Like you're stagnant, you're stuck, you're at a crossroads, okay, with the Two of Swords. I feel like you guys have a lot invested in one another. And as I mentioned, be it that you're like actually married or, share a home, are in some sort of serious commitment that involves the sharing of assets, like a car, a home, furniture, having kids together. You've met each other's families. You're like, even if you're not married, like you feel like you're a part of this person's family and they feel like they're a part of your extended family. That's the vibe that I'm getting. But as of recently, there's been some bullshit, period. Like there's been some some sneakiness, some shadiness. Okay. There's been perhaps some, with this Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. Oh, somebody has really been looking for attention in other places. That is what I'm seeing here. And take it as it resonates. It may be you or it may be them. I'm going to wager it's probably the other person, but it could be you, no judgment. but I definitely feel like there is a lot of ego that is sort of like infiltrated this connection. And there's like a need. One of you has stepped out on the other to fulfill this need for validation elsewhere, from others, from other people. Let's clarify this, okay? I'm actually going to pull from a different deck that I didn't use in the first group, but let's see what we can find out. So tell me more about this. Tell me more about this current energy for group number 2. Wow, we've got fear of commitment. We've got feeling unwanted. Wow, exactly. Like, I definitely get the sense that there is some sort of like self-worth issue that one of you has, maybe both of you, okay? And it's like you're constantly seeking validation outside of yourself, or they are seeking, validation of their worth outside of themselves. And on top of that, this fear of commitment issue. So perhaps as things have progressed and become more and more serious between the two of you, it has really triggered this person to run the other way, and triggered their self-worth issues. So it's just like the perfect storm. Wow, look at this. We've got rules and this tryst energy, which is like, I believe is sort of like an old-fashioned-y term for like dating. Oh my gosh, we just lost a flower. Okay, so back to your reading. So we've got this energy of rules and tryst, which is like dating, courtship, that kind of thing. So I definitely get the sense that this person is not good with the rules of monogamy, perhaps. Like perhaps you're dealing with somebody here who is sort of allergic to monogamous relationships. And the second they feel like rules are being tossed at them, the books being thrown at them, however you want to say it, they start to really resist and run in the other direction. So that's a lot of information, way more than I did for the first group. Don't tell them, of course, but yeah, this should give you a good idea though, group number 2, if this is going to be your message or not. So now let's get into the juicy stuff. Really start spilling the tea. So what we're going to look at first here is what this person's attitude currently is. Like, what is their attitude towards you and towards this relationship and this connection with you? So what is group number 2's person? What is their attitude? What is this person's attitude towards group number 2 and this connection with group number 2? Yeah, I feel like this person is very emotionally unavailable, okay? Right out the gate, I'm just going to say it. You all know I keep it 100 with you. We've got the King of Cups, and this King of Cups in this specific deck is, he is not a friendly man. He's not warm. There's nothing fucking warm about him. Let's look at his face here. If it will focus. He's grumpy. Yeah, and just very, very cold and closed off. And I very much get the sense that is your person's attitude. They likely don't ever let anybody in. That's the vibe that I'm sensing. But let's see what else we can find out. So what is their attitude? I don't love this. Oh, I hate this already. This is not a great way to start the reading. we've got another Seven of Swords. I feel like their attitude is sneaky and deceptive and sort of, they're trying to just trying to get away with whatever they can get away with. They're not forthcoming. I almost get an entitled energy from this person, group number 2. Let me know in the comments if that resonates. Like, I feel like that you're dealing with somebody here who is like, feels entitled to behave however the fuck they want to behave. And that's garbage. That's fucking bullshit. Like, who are they, right? And yeah, I feel like that they may really sort of try to make themselves feel powerful. I feel like this person actually feels quite powerless. And it's like they try to feel powerful by behaving in ways that are bullshit, that are very unsavory. And that's very toxic, obviously. So yeah, I don't even need to go any further on that. So let's see what else we can find out. So what is their current attitude towards this connection with group number 2? So we've got the 8 of Wands. We've got the Star. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. And we've got the World. This is very interesting. I know this is on bottom of the deck. We've got the 3 of Cups. Yeah, I don't love this vibe. I don't like this person's attitude. And I'm not trying to be hard on them. I'm just trying to be honest. All of these cards together indicate to me that this person's attitude is they're going to continue to press forward with you and, keep you around or keep this relationship, perhaps even just in limbo. But it's like they're not going to let this relationship go. They're not going to let it burn out. They're not going to let the cycle between the two of you completely end until they truly can no longer benefit from you and what you have to offer. I fucking hate that group number 2. Like, I get the sense that this is the type of person that will just continue to sort of breadcrumb you or string you along, or this person is going to behave however they want when it's convenient for them until it isn't convenient for them. And it's almost like once they have sort of drained you, sucked you dry, so to speak. I know that sounds so harsh, but that is just the message that's coming to me. Group number 2. I feel like at that point, then they'll allow it to end. That's when they'll let the cycle end. And they'll release you, from their trap that they kind of currently have you in. That's how I see this. And yeah, I hope that the rest of this reading reveals something much different, because so far I really quite hate this for you, group number 2. So let's keep going. So I want to be positive and give this person sort of the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I've been too harsh on them. Doubtful, but let's keep going. So how do they really feel about you? That's what we're going to look at next. So how does this person really feel about group number 2? The High Priestess. Man, they are just closed off, and I feel like this person doesn't even allow themselves to feel their feelings. Like, I feel like they don't even know how they actually feel, because they spend a lot of time pushing feelings down and it's almost like their own feelings are a secret to them. They're a secret to you, they're a secret to everybody, and as well as they're an actual secret to themselves because they never let themselves feel. I don't get the sense this person is good with feelings and emotions. Like perhaps that is something that makes them very uncomfortable. Are you fucking kidding me? Cannot make this shit up. I love tarot. It's so fucking cool. King of Cups again. There it is. This King of Cups in this deck is a lot friendlier, obviously. Like, he's just sort of like, sort of stoic, but he's not like grumpy puss like in the other deck, but it doesn't matter. This card for me very traditionally, more often than not, means emotionally unavailable. Like that's often how I will read this card just myself. It's my personal connection with the card. And yeah, I mean, I was spot on. How this person really feels about you is truly a mystery to even them because they're emotionally unavailable. They don't even know how they feel. Whew. Getting excited here. But take that as it resonates. But let me say this, group number 2. If you've come to this reading today and you're confused because you don't know how the fuck this person feels about you, rest assured that not even they know. They don't fucking know how they feel about anybody. They've really made it, they've gotten really good they've become an expert at not feeling their feelings. And they've gotten way too good at it. So what do they really want with you moving forward? That's the next question that we're going to ask. So let's see what we can find out. So what does this person want moving forward with group number 2? What does this person want? We've got the Ten of Pentacles again. Very interesting. What does this person want moving forward with group number 2? Too many. Give me one more, please. Give me one more overarching theme here. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. I will say this about your person, group number 2. I do feel like this person does desire deep down to move towards a better place with you. Like to a place that is a lot less, strained and perhaps like is finally at a place where, and frankly, let's be clear, like I feel like that they've created all of the problems between the two of you, I do feel like you have built some sort of life, some sort of foundation with this person, with the 6 of Cups and this 10 of Pentacles, and that 10 of Pentacles being the first card that came out here. I do feel like what they want is they want to reap the benefits of whatever stable and abundant life that you've built together. Okay. They want that. They like that. They like that. They like whatever sort of stability that you've been able to provide them with. Be that like just a beautiful home or, a family, children, your extended family acting as their family. Take it as it resonates. Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. So I do feel like they don't want to lose that. There's something there that they do not want to lose. And I do get the sense that they would like to be able to show up and contribute in an equal way. For some of you, this almost gives me the vibes of like, perhaps like you're financially supporting this person. They're not showing up. They're not contributing. They're not pulling their weight when it comes to the tangible shit like money. Or like if you do have kids or a home together, it's like they're not doing their share of the work, not taking care of the kids equally, not helping keep the house together, take it as it resonates, right? So I do feel like this person does desire like what they want moving forward. They want to be able to show up in a way that is equal, and they want to be able to match your energy and contribution. They want to be able to heal what's broken between the two of you. They want to move towards calmer waters. They want to move towards a better place within the connection. And perhaps, ultimately what that's going to look like is them, it seems like they fucking know it. They know that their behavior and their attitude is bullshit. This is their current behavior and attitude. This is what they need to, shift out of, this bullshit energy. It's very defensive. It's mean. Honestly, it's cutting and cold and mean, defensive, constantly, picking fights. And it's like all that shit, all those fights and all of the bullshit that they stir up, it has nothing to do with you. It's stemming from this place within them that is incredibly insecure. And a lot of that for many of you may be because they know that they are not equally contributing to this life that the two of you have together. Okay? So I know this seems like a fairly specific story, but I'm sure that, it will resonate with many of you. I'm very interested to hear your stories in the comments, but so let's keep going here. So next we're going to pull some message cards. Okay, so if this person could say anything to you right now, this moment, what would they say? So if this person could say anything to group number 2 right now, what would it be? If they could say anything. Wow. And I feel like this message is the underlying, the root cause of all of this, all of the bullshit, all of the shit behavior, the acting out, all of it. It says, I'm not who you think I am. Exactly. I feel like you're dealing with somebody here who just feels like a complete fucking imposter. And it's like becoming more and more and more uncomfortable. Regardless if they are or not. Perhaps this person did sort of misrepresent themselves, when you first met them, something like that. But I get the sense that probably for more of you than more often than not, what the scenario is going to look like is more of like an imposter syndrome. This person really does have a lot of deeply rooted issues pertaining to their own self-worth. They don't feel like they are good enough. And this manifests into their reality in some very unsavory ways, and into your reality, obviously, as well. So let's get one more message. So if this person could say anything to group number 2, what would they say? I am working towards a better future. Yeah, and that's kind of the vibe that I got, again, to give this person a tiny bit of credit. I do feel like deep down they do want that. They want a better future. They want to show up and contribute equally. They want to be better. The question is, will they? And frankly, group 2, that's totally up to you if you want to allow this person that opportunity, because it really seems like they have just shown you through their actions and perhaps their words as well, time and time again, that they don't deserve another opportunity. They've almost sort of exhausted those chances and opportunities, but that decision is going to be obviously completely up to you. So the last question of this spread is, will they reach out? And I do feel like for many of you, you're not necessarily like, in separation with this person. So we're going to sort of adjust this question a little bit to what will their next move be? Okay, so we see what their behavior has looked like, right? We see, regardless of all of that perhaps what they do really want is to get their act together. So what we're going to take a look at here is, will they actually do it? Will they get their act together? Will they actually take the action necessary to make things better? So what will this person's next action be? What will their next move be? Oh, goodness. So we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is the aspiration. Like this is perhaps what this person would like to be. Is this Emperor somebody that is reliable and somebody that is able to be trusted and is able to contribute and be a caretaker and, be a partner. So the first card that popped out, we've got the 10 of Swords. We've got the 5 of Wands. We've got the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So believe it or not, I'm actually getting a pretty positive message from this group number 2. I think ultimately the person you're dealing with here, first and foremost, they've got to let go of whatever pain has occurred in their past that it is keeping them stuck. So there's some sort of painful experience that this person has gone through, perhaps during their childhood. Take it as it resonates. You're likely going to know. Perhaps it's like a previous relationship they were in, okay? They're still holding on to something in the past that hurt them. And it literally still feels like they're carrying that shit around with them, and it still feels fresh, like 10 swords in the fucking back, okay? And this energy is what keeps them in this constant state of confliction. I also feel like this person may have some toxic people around them providing, and I actually mentioned this in the first group as well, and I'm not surprised. This is a fucking super common scenario, but I feel like they've got some, their own little peanut gallery that's offering some really unhelpful commentary. It's like that, voice in their ear. And what needs to happen here is your person needs to think for themselves. Your person has got to find a way to let go of the past pain. Stop listening to bad advice and toxic people around them and really step up and think for themselves and discover their own truth, okay? Be this King of Swords and find, your person needs to really step into this King of Swords energy and truly find their Ace of Swords, which is, their truth, who they are. This person needs to get very clear with themselves on who they are, what their values are, what kind of person they're going to be, what kind of partner they're going to be. And if you guys have kids, what kind of mother, what kind of father that they're going to be. This person has got to write their own code of conduct and, a code of conduct that they actually believe in because it's theirs. It's not some set of rules that's been thrown at them. And perhaps this individual, I know this is super detailed as well, but perhaps as a kid, this person had a really bad experience with authority figures, okay? This is another very common thing, a very common wound, kind of root cause. And as adults, it can cause so much turmoil, so much bullshit. And so, yeah, I feel like ultimately, I feel like the person you're dealing with here very much has the potential to overcome what's keeping them in this sort of toxic cycle of behavior. I don't feel group number 2 that it's malicious. I don't feel like they're being intentionally malicious towards you. Does that excuse their bullshit behavior? Absolutely not. However, I'm just, again, I'm gonna try to be fair to all parties involved here and keep it real with you. So that is the message that I have for you guys. If it resonates, please let me know in the comments. Make sure to like this video. And if you are interested in a personalized version of this spread, that is something I offer. All the details are below. Yeah, until next time, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Mwah, peace. Group number 3, if you chose the Muse Tarot, this deck right here with the little clear quartz point necklace charm, welcome to your What's the Tea reading. So if you did not watch the super long, boring intro that I made, I will quickly fill you in on what we are going to be spending the first little bit of this reading looking at, which is the recent past and the current energy of this connection. So group 3, the reason I do this is so that you can pretty quickly identify if this is you, if this is your situation. And that way, if it's not, you don't waste your time watching the entire reading. And if it's not your story, then no big deal. Just choose a different pile, choose a different deck. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So recent past. So tell me about the recent past energy and situation between group 3 and their person. Ooh, way too many cards. Recent past, recent past. I love the way this deck looks, and I don't love the way it shuffles. I'm going to keep it real with you guys, for those of you that have been considering purchasing it. It's great for shuffling if you have a different type of shuffling. Like you don't do the whole popping, cards popping the way that I do. I think it would be much better for a different sort of technique. Okay, I'm going to try to get one more. One more, please. Okay, there we go. We got 2. Okay, so right out the gate, and then I'm going to pull the current energy. But what I'm seeing here, group number 3, as far as the past. So perhaps how you and this person sort of initially got together. I feel like things happened hella fucking quickly, okay? Like we've got the Knight of Swords, we have got the Knight of Wands, we've got the 8 of Wands. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Very quick. We've got Justice. And we've got the Sun. So 2 major arcana energies. There is something that likely felt very fated and destined about this connection. And right underneath of the 8 of Wands, we've got the Ace of Cups. I definitely feel like this is one of those dynamics where both of you probably felt like you met the one. You know, it's that sort of vibe. It just felt like you were meant to be with one another. You felt like you were, you know, putting like somebody that needs glasses and has never worn glasses and puts them on for the first time, and all of a sudden they can see. Or someone that's colorblind putting on those special glasses, and all of a sudden the world is so vibrant and bright. That is the sort of, and I know that may sound like super cheesy and like fairy tale-esque, but which I think we all know is really not sustainable. However, I feel like this connection, and I feel like all new connections, right? I think we can all agree on that as well, that almost any new romantic connection goes through what, you know, that honeymoon phase, so to speak. But I feel like your honeymoon phase with this person was especially nauseating because it was so fantastical. You may have even made yourself a little sick with it. Like, geez, you know, it's like sickeningly sweet and just seems incredibly perfect. So let's fast forward to now. And already you should, you know, you're going to know if that sort of energy resonates with you in your situation. But for those of you that it does, let's tap into the current energy. So where are group 3 and their person now? What is the current energy of this connection? What is the current energy? All right. I feel like some of you might be on a break with this person at this current time. Or you may just be, both of you may be trying to focus. Both of you may be focusing less on the other person and making an effort to focus more on yourself currently. Okay. Oh, goodness. You know, before I say any more, I want to clarify a specific card. So give me just a second. Tell me more about this 6 of Pentacles for group number 3. Wow. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. What I'm picking up here, group number 3, I feel like one of you, so at first, like, let's rewind back to the beginning of the reading. When things first started off, things were going fast, like faster than the speed of fucking lightning, right? Or speed of light. I don't know where that came from. Lightning's fast too, right? Whatever. You feel me. So that being said, I feel like what has happened recently is that really quick progression. One of you started to slow down or wanting to slow down, and the other person continued to go full speed ahead. Okay. And it created sort of an imbalance, an energetic imbalance. So we've got one person over here who's literally ready to buy a house and have kids, or, whatever that looks like for you. Take it as it resonates. You've got one person that is literally ready to level it up and go for the, going for the gold here with this 10 of Pentacles. Somebody that is just completely all in. Okay. And then you've got the other person that is wanting to slow things down a little bit. And I feel like perhaps there hasn't been clear, open, honest communication perhaps about all of this stuff. So that's maybe created some confusion. It's created some hurt feelings. It's created some insecurity, especially within the person that was so ready to move things forward. So we've got the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So I do feel like somebody here, likely the more logical one, the one that wanted to slow things down a bit, is likely a little more heady, as I like to say. Could be an air sign, of course, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, doesn't have to be, but somebody with more of those attributes. Somebody that is more likely to, by default, make decisions with their head instead of their heart or their intuition. And I also am getting the sense that perhaps another big part of this whole dynamic has something to do with both of you needing to find a way to maintain your individuality within your partnership. Okay, so, continuing to do activities that you both individually enjoy, even if they're not ones that the other person enjoys, or, continuing to invest in yourselves as individuals instead of just merging together and just being nothing but a couple. So I do sense that right now there is some sort of pause. Okay. We've got the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So for some of you, there could actually be you could be taking an actual break from one another. Or, if you're still together, there could just be a sense of distance between the two of you. I really get the sense that there are a lot of words unspoken though. Okay. And I think that goes for both of you. Perhaps neither one of you has had the courage to be completely forthcoming about what you're thinking and feeling. And, you may be afraid to ruffle the feathers, or you don't want to ruin this seemingly perfect, beautiful partnership that, that you've finally found, for some of you, what you thought was just absolute perfection. However, it's coming to a head, and the honest communication has to happen if this connection is going to have a chance, at being sustainable and healthy and good for both of you. So that should tell you. Now we're going to get into the juicy stuff, spilling all the tea. But yeah, that should tell you, group number 3, if this is going to be your story and a message that is meant to find you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. So the first question that we are going to ask the cards is about this person's current attitude. So what is their current attitude surrounding the connection and around you at this current time, okay? So what is this person's current attitude towards the connection with group number 3? What is this person's current attitude? Oop, I'm sorry, guys, if that was loud where I hit the mic. Tell me more, please. All right. Let's get all this out here. Give me one more overall, please. What is this person's current attitude? Group number 3's person. Overall energy. Wow. Okay. Yeah, bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. For some of you, like, okay, I want to back up a little bit. I really get the sense that deep down you do both desire the same thing. And you're going to know immediately if that resonates with you. But I do. I feel like you have similar life goals, or, you know, what you imagine your sort of end game being and your sort of dream life is likely very aligned. However, I sense that one of you is just wanting to take it a little slower. You know, what's the rush? Sort of this, you know, the idea that, you know, the journey is the reward, right? Like, what's the rush and what's the need to jump into all of this? Let's just enjoy all of this one step at a time and really do this correctly. That is where I feel like the person that's wanting to sort of pump the brakes is coming from. But I feel like both of you, like this energy, I feel like could frankly belong to either of you. And that's why I feel like the communication piece is so crucial here, because I feel like you guys are actually of the same mind, but you're not talking about it. So you may feel like you're on completely opposite ends of the spectrum when in truth you're not. You're actually almost in an identical place. The vibe I'm getting here is, I mean, this is the energy of somebody that is sensible, that is, you know, the attitude here is somebody that wants to be in a very equal, fair, reciprocal partnership where both people mutually benefit with the 6 of Pentacles, okay? This is somebody that's ready for commitment, this King of Pentacles. Somebody that's thinking about the future, that's planning for the future. This does feel like a rather masculine energy, so it doesn't matter, you know, male or female, take it as it resonates, but this energy very much feels like a provider, you know, like a more masculine sort of vibe. Somebody that is trying to sort of hold it all together, or, you know, be sensible, be logical. And so again, you know, I'm not sure what side of this you're on. I could be picking up your energy, so it's interchangeable. Take it however it resonates. But with this, you know, we've got this 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and look right underneath that, we've got Temperance. Exactly. I feel like the attitude here, and I mean, this is their, you know, straight up, what the question I asked was, is what's their attitude? So that being said, that's what we're going to go with. I wanted to note that you may actually feel similarly to this. Let me know in the comments. Might not be for all of you, but that's just what I'm picking up. But yeah, I definitely feel like this is a very responsible, mature, level-headed, grounded energy. I very much like it. This is absolutely the type of individual that myself, or I would imagine anybody would desire to like be in a committed relationship with, if that is what, if that's what you desire or the other person desires, right? So what I'm also picking up though is exactly what I mentioned earlier, that with this Page of Swords and this Two of Swords, this is that lack of clear communication, right? So I feel like for all of the wonderful attributes that this person is bringing to the table, the lack here is an ability to communicate effectively. So this is sort of a very stunted or immature sort of communication skill is what I see. And I feel like it's going to continue to come out in this reading. I could be wrong, but that is just already the vibe that I'm picking up. I feel like that is at the core of any trouble that you and this person are having. It all boils down to being able to communicate openly and honestly. And, in a mature way. And like this Page of Swords can be a brat, in the way they communicate. The Page of Swords can be, lack tact or, just not be emotionally intelligent enough, or have, possess the soft skills that would be desired, to have a maybe emotionally charged type of conversation in a diplomatic way. So I definitely sense that perhaps that is something that you're going to immediately recognize. Yep, that's my person. You obviously already know this about your person. So I feel like beyond that, though, everything else about this person's energy is actually very, very pleasant and very earnest and grounded and just very, very well-intentioned. Okay, so let's keep going here. So how does this person really feel about you? That is what we're going to look at next. So how does this person really feel about group number 3? How do they really feel? Yeah, and I'm just going to say it. I feel like group number 3, that it's very likely that you may be the one who's wanted to rush into this and just wanting to lock this shit down or whatever. And you're dealing with somebody here who is sort of overly analytical. But again, I say that, but something tells me that this is going to be like a 50-50 split. Between which of these energies that the viewer, you guys out there watching, are going to identify with. But what I'm sensing here, so how does this person really feel about you? I do feel like they are needing to take a beat Like right now, they are feeling a little stuck. They're feeling a little frustrated. They're feeling like they need to sort of withdraw, but it's not in a malicious way. It's not because they don't care for you. It's because they don't want to be reactionary, or they don't want to fuck this up, basically. Frankly, this is about the healthiest sort of coping mechanism that one of the more healthy coping mechanisms anyway that I've seen represented in a tarot reading like this. Okay. I don't feel like they don't want to pick fights. They don't want to argue. They're really trying to withdraw so that they can think about this. They're trying to game plan. Like, how can they present a plan to you that is going to be acceptable to you and will still sort of validate all of these higher commitments that perhaps you want to make. They're trying to find a way to compromise, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. This King of Swords, okay? So right now they're in this sort of pause. As I said earlier, they've pumped the brakes. They're in their head, really trying to think about this. Okay? 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords. They don't want to make any rash decisions or take any rash action. And what I love, so why is this? How do they really feel about you? Because at first you may think, well, these are terrible cards for the heart space, right? For feeling. Well, that is until you see these two, which is the why. And it's the King and the Queen of Cups. Absolutely lovely. I really do feel like the person you're dealing with here, group 3, and y'all already know, like, well, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Let me assure you, and you can ask anybody that's been a subscriber of mine for a long time, I do not sugarcoat things or romanticize or present elaborate, fantastical scenarios on this channel. It's just not my style. And, mostly simply because that would not be helping anybody, But that being said, once in a blue moon, this sort of reading does come about, and I'm going to keep it real, just the same as I would if what I see is a little less fun to hear. So, but yeah, I'm here to let you know that this person really does see you as and really feels that you are their equal and their match. Okay. And at this point, they're very confident that things between the two of you are all going to work out exactly as they should. This is not somebody that's afraid to withdraw and take a beat. Like, they're not panicking, And I'm afraid that perhaps that is what's happening for you, group 3. If any of you out there are familiar with attachment styles, like if you group 3, anybody out there in group 3 knows that you have an anxious attachment style, for example. I could imagine that this sort of your person dealing with the conflict within your connection in this particular way, I could imagine that is hella triggering, because it's leaving your nervous system in like fucking constant panic. It's almost like you feel like you're dying. And that might perhaps be a part of this journey, an area in which you're meant to learn to grow. In the same way, I feel like the person you're dealing with here is meant to learn how to communicate better and use their words, right? So I definitely feel like you both have your strengths, right? And they're very complementary, but by proxy, they're also completely opposite. And that can be very triggering within a relationship. So in that Three of Wands, which I've already, that's been a huge part of the way I've interpreted this. And this is what I mean by this person they're not worried. They're not. They're just like fucking relaxing, like this girl in the hot tub. And she's just chilling and just waiting for these ships to sail on in. Like she knows the ships are going to arrive. She can see them. She's not worried. I feel like the person you're dealing with here believes that the two of you will be together and everything will work out exactly as it should. They're not panicking. They're simply trying to deal with the conflict between the two of you in the way that feels most natural to them, which is withdrawing and thinking about it. Pumping the brakes, not rushing into anything, being a lot more calculated and grounded and logical. So let's keep going here. And let's be clear, like, I'm not saying that their way is the right way or that your way is the wrong way. So I hope you don't take it that way. I'm not throwing shade on anybody, obviously. But obviously I hope this can just provide you with some perspective as to what the fuck is going on here. So let's keep going. I have a feeling I know where this reading is going, but we're going to take a look at next what this person really wants. So what their true intentions are with you, what they want moving forward, what they want with you in the future, etc. So what is this person deep down? What do they really want? What do they really want moving forward with group number 3? What do they really want? Okay, give me one card overall. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Empress. Okay, so I am going to make one note. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not trying, obviously I've said pretty much nothing but incredibly complimentary things about your person thus far. But I am, and it really hit me with this group of cards, I'm almost picking up a borderline, like, toxic masculine vibe here, or like a sort of controlling, and it's a very, frankly, it is to be fair, it's almost a more of like the old school male gender type stereotype that males have been pre-programmed with for a long ass time, right? So I do get the sense that you may be dealing with somebody who is incredibly traditional. They may come from a very traditional family. So the example that was set for them may have been, again, very traditional. And that can perhaps come across as a little, it's not super progressive. I'm just going to say that, so that may be something that, and you may really like that, just keeping it 100 with you. But for some of you, that may be problematic, and it could perhaps create power struggles, which is why I feel like it is going to be vital not to sound like a broken record, but it's going to be vital for the two of you to start communicating openly and frankly and, with total and complete authenticity as soon as possible. Not just telling the other what the other wants to hear, that sort of thing. Being very upfront about, how you see things and what your values are, what feels good for you. Because I do really feel like that this individual wants to feel in control. Okay? I do. And I don't feel like this person enjoys ever being wrong. And that can be problematic as well. Okay? That's a huge red flag. So if this person has done something, group number 3, that they need to say, I'm sorry for, do not let them skirt around that. Confront them head on, face to face. Don't let them use their wit and way with words and their leadership qualities, which is what the vibe I pick up here. Don't let them utilize all of those skills that they possess to skirt around what needs to be said, which I feel is that they need to say sorry for the way that they've handled this, which has been in a very unfeeling, sort of shitty way, okay? That's left you feeling confused and hurt and rejected and abandoned. That's what I'm picking up here. That being said, I know that I'll quit beating up on them now because I do feel like their intentions are very good. I feel like a lot of this is just learned behavior, okay? I don't feel like it comes from a bad place. I feel like this is pre-programming. This is them watching their papaw and their dad operate in this same sort of fashion, which is, a little, there's a little misogyny here. I'll just say it. I feel like a lot of you that chose this group are likely female watching this, for a male, or, it doesn't really matter. Gender, it's fluid. Whatever, you feel me. There typically is one person though in the connection that will have, more of a masculine or more of a feminine sort of blueprint, if you will. And I do pick up that those of you that chose this deck are likely more of the feminine and are dealing with more of a masculine energy. So I think the intentions are good. Again, I feel like this person wants commitment. They want tradition. Like they want to move things forward with you in a very traditional way. They want to make shit happen, but they want to make it happen in the way in which they see, the correct traditional path, whatever that means to you. It's just the message that's coming through. They want to wife you up though. And look, right underneath the Empress, look at this right here. 10 of Cups. The truth is, like, you really are. Look at this. 9 of Cups. I mean, you really are this person's wish fulfillment. You're sort of, you're everything. Like, you are exactly what they have always imagined being, like, the perfect partner. So by no means are they trying to desert you or run away from this or lose you. But they want to have their cake and eat it too, in a way. Like, I feel like they want to evade any ownership or responsibility for whatever this sort of conflict has been. It's going to be a little different for all of you, but I feel like they're stubborn and they likely don't want to admit that they had a part in it. Don't let them dump that on you, okay? Do not let them dump that on you. They need to take full fucking ownership because it takes two, okay? I'm telling you, I really feel like that's a message that you guys need to hear. What you allow is what will continue. So do not set a precedent up front. I feel like this connection could absolutely help you, both of you grow. Like you could very much help one another learn and grow and evolve in a very healthy way. However, it's going to require you to stand up, okay? Don't be afraid of this person leaving if you stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid that this person will walk away from you and not want to be in this connection, in this relationship any longer if you challenge them. Because they're not going anywhere, okay? Nope, they're not. They're not going anywhere. They see you as being, the primo, the absolute best case scenario. So, yeah, don't tell yourself fearful stories that would suggest otherwise. So if they could tell you anything right now, what would it be? This pile is going really long. I'm sorry, guys. All right. If this person could tell group number 3 anything, what would it be? We've got, I can't give up on my responsibilities right now. I feel like this is simply confirming sort of like what this person is all about, which this is completely in line with everything we've discussed. I do feel like this person is incredibly grounded and practical, and this is not going to be the person that is going to run off to Vegas and get married on a whim, right? This is the very calculated, grounded, practical, responsible type of individual. So, but take this message as it resonates, but that's just what I'm getting off of it. Let's pull one more. So what would this person tell group 3 right now? If they could tell them anything, what would it be? Wow. I'm not good enough for you. Perhaps this is like a fucking ongoing theme, shocker, right? Throughout all 3 of these readings today, which I feel like just confirms what we all already know. Like this is the collective wound, the biggest one, I would say, on both sides, male, female, masculine, feminine. Who the fuck cares even? It doesn't matter for humans, for people. It's worth, self-worth. I do definitely get the sense that a lot of your person's behaviors that have been questionable, that have perhaps contributed or caused a lot of the conflict that you've experienced recently, this is the root. Deep down, this person just doesn't feel good enough. They don't feel good enough for you. So it may feel even more scary to have you, because to truly have you means they could lose you. And I feel like that it's a different kind of fear perhaps than what you've experienced. You may have more issues surrounding like being abandoned or rejected. For your person, the scarier thing may be the feelings, feeling that strongly, really letting somebody in, having that closeness and that intimacy. It feels perhaps safer for them to just, take care of themselves, or, just never experience it, than to imagine having it and then losing it. So at your core, both of you, and I think I mentioned this earlier, I feel like you and this person really do mirror one another. And I mean, the King and the Queen of Cups both came out. That is very indicative of a really well matched set of energies between the two of you. So again, I really do, I really feel group number 3 that there is a lot of potential in this connection. But I can't stress this enough. You've got to step up and challenge this person. Don't let them steamroll you, okay? I don't know why, but I just feel like you need to hear that. So all that being said, the last question in this reading, which has gone on forever, I apologize, is sort of, what will their next move be? So we are going to pull a quick card for that and wrap up. And guys, don't forget, if you check out the pinned comment below, I am going to have a little brief personalized message for all 12 zodiac signs. So after you get this last message, pop down there, whichever you typically resonate with, your sun, moon, or rising, and check that out, okay? And we're going to look at some advice and guidance for you moving forward with this connection. So what will this person's next move be towards group 3? What will their next move be? Give me one more overall. This is very interesting. Honestly, it's sort of like a twist, a bit of a twist. Definitely not what I was expecting. Bottom of the deck, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. I guess the more I let it sink in, it does sort of make sense. For all of the reasons we just discussed, like what this person you're dealing with, like sort of what they struggle with, what they need to heal, what they need to work on, I strongly sense that their comfort zone is putting their head down and working. Anything in the 3D reality. This definitely could be an earth sign. Doesn't have to be, but very earth sign vibes here. So I really get the sense that their next move towards you may be to avoid you, avoid facing this, avoid facing the conflict between the two of you, okay? Whilst still thinking about and sort of fantasizing about and planning for and saving for the future, okay? There's a strong possibility, group number 3, that you may have to be the one that steps up to the plate and says, hey, we need to fucking talk. And for some of you, you're not even like separated from this person. It's just what's going on here is just the elephant in the room right now, right? Or perhaps your communication is just sort of tapered downward. You're not talking as much. You're not spending as much time together because there's clearly the elephant in the room that's not being addressed. So I get the sense here that this person may very well deal with that by avoiding it, by instead focusing on things that they can control, like their work, avoiding their feelings, running around, staying super fucking busy, right? But don't think for a second they're not still in their mind, fantasizing about and planning for the future with you. They are. They just, frankly, I don't feel know how to deal with any sort of feelings or disagreement in a healthy way. And I think they are at least aware enough of that fact that they're not equipped with the tools to do that, that instead of exploding or handling it in the wrong way. They're just choosing to bow out and not deal with it at all. So that is what I've got for you guys. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you today. I love you guys. If you are interested in a personalized version of this reading, that is something I offer. And until next time, I'm sending you so much love and light. Peace.